All right, here we go, baby. Dr. T, in-house. Woo! Telluride, Colorado. Let's see if I can get the background in here a little bit. Oh, there she goes. So here we are. We are going to talk briefly about training at high altitudes. Now, we're sitting at about 55 to 100 to 6,000 feet above sea level. Now, when you're training or you are just standing at this kind of altitude, the oxygen at this altitude is much thinner, much less than it would be at a normal altitude, which means it's much harder to breathe. It's much harder to do anything. So like we were talking about yesterday, just walking around can get you out of breath. Why this happens is, again, so you don't have a lot of oxygen, so oxygen is not getting to the body the way it's supposed to. So when you train at this kind of altitude, it obviously exhausts you, but what ends up happening over time due to a law called Wolff's Law. Wolff's Law basically says when you put the body under stress and tension, it actually gains strength to match that stress. So what happens is the red blood cells within the body actually create more red blood cells, which creates more hemoglobin, which allows for more oxygen to be sent throughout the body. So you will notice many of the athletes that are sometimes professional athletes or Olympic athletes, they will train at this altitude and then they perform at lower altitudes. And they end up, it's almost like blood doping, where they're actually increasing their red blood supply so that they can perform at a higher level. So some of the symptoms you can get at this altitude is, and we've already seen it with some of the members here that are at the seminar, they can actually get headaches. They can feel woozy, nauseous even, shakes even. So there's a lot of symptomatology that goes along with training at high altitudes or being at high altitudes. So what I would suggest is understand that if you are going to a Telluride like this, or you're going to Utah, because we had the same issue in Utah when I was there last year. But one of the ways you can actually combat this is the way you train at home. So at Hardcore Fit, we do some, not a ton, but we do some high-intensity interval training. We do a lot of metabolic training. And when you do that, it basically puts the body in a position where you're out of breath or anaerobic, without oxygen. So when we train like that, we're literally gasping for air. It doesn't sound like a lot of fun, although you're gasping for air, which means you're taking oxygen away from the body, which creates that Wolff's Law concept of increasing your blood supply. Okay, your red blood cells, which again increases hemoglobin, which allows for greater transportation of oxygen. So if you're able to train like that prior to going to a place like this, it will not affect you the same way. So for example, I'm not getting headaches, I'm not getting lightheaded. I had a great workout this morning. Did it affect me? Yeah, it affects me a little bit, obviously, but not the way it's going to affect some of the other people that are here because of the way we train. So if you want to train like that, you will definitely improve on your oxygen supply, which if you're training that way at home at sea level, you're obviously going to have more oxygen and you're going to feel better just at home. So that's it, man. That's Fun Fact Friday, baby. And we're going to come back Monday. I might even do a Monday motivation right here in Telluride because I love this place. I'm going to show you guys a little more of the mountains. Hopefully you can get a good view. I can't see what you're seeing right now, but this place is absolutely gorgeous, and you can see the snow-capped mountains, hopefully. And there's some shadows. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. But we'll be back one way or the other on Monday. All right, baby? Woo! Peace!